So, maybe you've been told in the past that being angry is bad, that it's evil, manipulative, Machiavellian, narcissistic, right? Whatever it is with anger. Well, all of this is wrong. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how to be angry the right way.
You can attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It is not an absolute.
Now, why do you have to learn how to be angry? Well, if you don't learn how to be angry, your anger will just explode all of a sudden when you least expect it, or it'll come out in the wrong ways, right? Because if you don't know how to be angry properly, you will be angry for the wrong reasons, in the wrong ways, and you'll express it in a negative way. You have to learn how to express it the right way. When you see other people being pissed off, you point a finger at them and you're like, I never want to be like them. That's what happened with my father, actually, is that he would get mad and stuff, and I would be afraid to point a finger at him and tell him like, yo, I don't like that. And actually, unconsciously, I would point the finger and tell myself, I never want to be like this. And the moment I shamed this part of me, of anger, it just started growing in me without me even knowing it. But actually, it was repressed at first. I told myself that I was never really of a warrior. I never really liked to fight. Anytime someone wanted to fight, kids like to fight each other. They like to battle each other a little bit, stuff like that. I kind of liked to do that, but in a friendly way, right? But whenever a real confrontation was about to happen, a real fight, I always made sure that I did not engage in that. I did not like real fighting. I did not like it. I did not like expressing anger. And then it just grew inside of me. And then recently, a few months ago, I wanted to learn a bit of martial arts, a bit of martial arts. But as I was trying to learn martial arts, I remember my friend, he's the one who was teaching me. He was telling me, dude, you have to let yourself go a little bit more. You have to express anger a little bit. Have more energy in your punch. Have more passion in your punch. Be faster. Just go in. And no matter how hard I tried in martial arts, there was always intensity missing. I didn't want to hurt him, even though he was a very experienced martial artist, and obviously he was used to getting punched in the face, and he loved to get punched in the face. Me, I didn't like punching people in the face, and I didn't like getting punched in the face. So I had this problem. I couldn't channel my energy. I couldn't express that energy. It's like the emotion of anger was like non-existent. Like usually when people get punched in the face, they get angry, but me, I wouldn't get angry. I'd just be like, whoa, what the fuck? And then keep doing as if nothing, Slowly but surely, I did not realize that this anger festered in me unconsciously without me knowing. And then it did not express itself through martial arts, but it expressed itself through different ways. Through resentment I had for certain people, certain men, certain women, right? And it just grew, but slowly but surely without me even knowing it. And, it would explode in wrong ways, like it would explode in front of my father, for example, or my mother. It would explode in moments where I did not expect it, somehow without me even knowing it. Like I was feeling lazy, unproductive at times, inferior, weak, low self-esteem from all this repressed anger. So what are the consequences of not learning how to express your anger the right way? You'll explode at moments that are not adequate, have a lower sense of self-esteem and self-worth. You'll be less assertive. You'll have a hard time asserting yourself, or when you do assert yourself, it's very aggressive and hurting and violent, which is not something you want. Lack of fulfillment, laziness, and you don't know why. You resent people, you feel resentful of people, frustrated at people, frustrated at the world, and you don't know why, right? Maybe you feel very lonely, very sad, and you don't know why. You will repress the darker sides of you, repress the warrior side of you, the warrior side of you that wants to save the world, that wants to save help other people, fight for the greater good, this part of you that fights for the greater good will be repressed. A lot of this warrior spirit is actually, you can tap into it through anger. If you repress your anger, if you suppress it, then your warrior spirit will be suppressed with it. You not only repress the bad things about anger, but you repress the good, positive things about it. The energizing factor of anger, mental alertness that it gives you, the focus that it gives you, the, when you're happy, your vision expands, you see all clearly around you. When you're angry, it just, the focus goes on that one thing. It's not always bad. Sometimes you need this intense focus on things, so don't resist it. Another consequence of avoiding anger is what is called agoraphobia, the fear of anger. You'll constantly be running away from situations that could potentially awaken anger in somebody else or awaken anger in you. And by running away from those situations, obviously you will not have optimum self-development because you will be avoiding all the events that are confrontational, a little harder to face. Your self-development will be lopsided. By avoiding the negatives, you don't allow yourself to grow organically. You repress this element of your shadow. Make love with your shadow. So there's two ways that anger can be seen. But the wrong perspective that we have about anger is that we assume that anger is aggression. We put anger and aggression in the same category. Well, actually, they're separate. Anger is the emotion itself, and it is an emotion that is useful to our survival the same way that fear is useful, that happiness, sadness, grief, all those emotions. Anger is just another one of them. It's not either good or bad or positive, negative, it's just an emotion. Aggression, on the other hand, is an attack. Aggression is focused on the other person, is focused on hurting. Pure anger, you still have heart and compassion with it. You can be angry and still be aware of the other person. While aggression is basically anger without heart. So it's anger without the compassion, anger with the intention to hurt, intention to do harm, intention to do bad things to society, right? This is what leads to criminal records, violence, abuse. And this is a concept from the book To Be a Man by Robert Augustus Masters, a book I'm reading right now, and I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. An amazing book. And I think it's really important as men, or even if you're a woman, it's important as men to know this distinction. Because if you don't know the distinction, then you will be aggressive and hurt people on your way. And that is not what I want you to do. I want you to understand anger. Express anger in a way that's true to your heart and still with compassion. So you do it from a place of love, as paradoxical as it sounds, not from a place of hurting the other person. So what's the alternative to all this? The alternative, I call it fierce compassion. Again, from the book To Be a Man by Robert Augustus Masters. Typical anger, how people address it is like, you're a piece of shit, like, you can never do this, you can never become better, like, you will never be able to do this. If you have a very anger-prone father, a father that's very prone to anger, he might express anger like that. But fierce compassion, the way I describe it, is that it's a way that you're compassionate about the other person. You want them to be better, and you tell them, you can be better, you can do this. Don't let yourself get stomped all over. I know you're better than this, right? This is the Iraqi speech that I'll actually put in the video right there, where he expresses fierce compassion to the other person, telling them that you can be strong, I know you can do it. And you can feel the anger and the passion in his voice, but it's not coming from a place of hurting, it's coming from a place of pure expression, of wanting to do good, of wanting to better himself and the other person. It's coming from a good place. That's what I call fierce compassion. You're being fierce while actually promoting the good.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life.
This is the strongest bond you will create between men, is with this fierce compassion. When you're on the football field and you're very tired and your friend tells you, dude, we can do this. I know you're better than this. We can all do this together. I'll fucking hold you, man. You come with me. Kind of tough love, we call it. But that's the right amount of tough love. A lot of tough love that we call, I think most men do it wrong. Like they kind of do it in a shaming type of way. But fierce compassion is in a non-shaming type of way. You're not shaming the other man. You're not shaming the other person. You do it out of love, right? Promotion oriented. So here are a few things that are okay to get angry at. Again, when you're angry at those things, don't say to yourself, I suck or I'm bad. No, say to yourself, I know I'm better than this. I know I can do this. Nothing can stop me. In this fashion, a very motivating fashion. It's okay to be angry when you procrastinate. A bit angry at yourself, like, oh, I know I can do better than that. This is not the destiny that I wanted for myself. And a bit of anger comes up. It's not bad. You shouldn't repress that. You should channel that into something. Guess how I came up with this channel? I had some repressed anger in me, some repressed dissatisfaction with life. So I channeled all this energy into this channel. It's okay to be angry when you're not living in integrity and you're not putting 100% of your best at something. It's okay to be a little angry. Be like, well, I didn't give it my best there. I could have done so much better. And you know what? Next time, fuck it. I'm gonna give it my best next time. It's fine, as long as you don't punch yourself in the face, not over the top where you start hurting other people because you're so mad. No, it's okay. Anger in the service of good is fine. In the service of productivity, of creativity. It's okay to be angry if someone violates your boundaries a little bit, as long as you don't attack them about it. It's okay to feel that way. It doesn't mean to become aggressive. It's never okay to be aggressive, I think, for no reason. But anger is fine. It's not something that you can just sweep under the rug. So what are the positive aspects of anger? Because, you know, society keeps telling you the negative aspects, how it's bad for your stress hormones, how it lowers your immune system, how it makes you prone to heart attacks or whatever shit. What are the positives? If you channel anger the right way, it can actually make you very productive. Channel your anger in whenever you're lazy. Kick yourself in the butt. Like, I gotta do this. I know I can do this. It can make you more physically strong. If you're a lifter, you go to the gym, or you're doing exercise, it gives you more endurance, more strength. So as you push that weight, channel your anger into that weight, and you might break personal records. Anger makes you psychologically stronger. Psychologically meaning that whenever you have, let's say, negative emotions come your way, you're a little sad and very low energy type of thing, the anger can kind of spur you upwards, give you energy to do something. So then it's like a emotional ecosystem that you're able to shift through different emotions, and anger can be one of those emotions that are igniters towards productivity, towards creativity. Obviously, you don't have to become someone with anger issues, but just You know, habit is one of the ingredients of the whole cake. You don't have to dismiss anger. You can still have it in your ecosystem and use it strategically when you need it to do something. Anger can give you a lot of motivation, a lot of energy, as I said, right? When you're lacking motivation for a project and just you learn to channel some anger into it, so you do it. Gives you more mental alertness as well. So conclusion, it's okay to be angry. It's okay. I think anger can be a very beautiful emotion when you express it correctly, like any other emotion. Whether it's intense anger, intense sadness, intense joy, all those emotions are beautiful when they unfold. When you see it at a movie theater, an immense expression of anger for the right things or for the right reasons in the name of justice, when a hero wants to save the world and he finally snaps and he goes out and saves the world because he's pissed off that the evils on this planet are happening. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that wonderful? Dragon Ball Z, if you know these series. My very favorite part of the series is when Gohan, he's fighting Cell, right? His family, his friends are getting slaughtered, literally slaughtered by the evil guy. Gohan is unable to express his anger because his entire life he's never been the warrior type, as I've talked about earlier in this video. And he's just unable to channel that. That becomes a big issue for him because when he needs that anger to fight, he does not have it. And finally, he has the epiphany given by some other character. The android tells him, hey, listen, it's okay to fight for the greater good. It's okay to be angry at the ones who've wronged you and are doing evil to this earth. It's okay to be angry.
Gohan, let it go. It is not a sin to fight for the right cause. There are those who words alone will not reach. You are gentle. You do not like to hurt. I know because I too have learned these feelings. But it is because you cherish life that you must protect it. Protect the life I loved. You have the strength. My scanners sensed it. Just let it go.
16. You love life. You gave everything up to save it. I let you die. I can't do that. I won't watch anymore. I feel it slipping. And I won't watch this anymore!
And when he just snapped, it was just like one of the best moments ever in the entire series, I think. And as a kid, when I watched that and I read about it, it connected with me so much because I've never been able to express that as a kid. Never. Even now I have trouble expressing that anger. And I think it's such a beautiful thing. So don't be afraid of it. Like, it can bring you forth to heights that you could have never imagined are possible in your life. So don't run away from anger. Embrace it and channel it in the right way. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to click on the fucking bell so you receive all my fucking videos. And don't forget to leave your suggestions because I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. I hope you like this video, kind of this series of confrontation, anger in the past few days. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.